So one thing that I get a lot is the fact that this is not going to be like a particularly free will situation. That's like one thing that I do feel like differs from my channels from other channelers that I see that like, oh, it's going to be a choice if you're going to go to New Earth and all this. No. I'm getting no. And so they're correct on a 5D level. Like we do contract this stuff before we come in, and so we already made the free will decision. It's like the Matrix when the Oracle talks to Neo and is like, you're not here to make the decisions, you're here to understand why you already made the choices before you came here. Like, and what that quote does is it gets you into like the observer mode. It gets you into like objectively viewing your life instead of subjectively submerging into like, okay, like I'm at this like this is just some random situation that I ended up in. It's more like, okay, I actually like chose to like be here. And I chose like all these lessons and all these things in my life for a reason, and can I find the reason why? And a lot of us are going, again, this is like an ascension period, so we've been through like hard lessons and stuff, which have felt against our will. For most of us, we have like definitely like been good people, and we've just been like shoved in all these like horrible situations, and we're like, what the fuck's going on? You know, even if we faltered or whatever, you know, and that was designed too. And so, like, all of our falters, all of our flaws, everything's designed. Even everybody's designed. And so, that's where it's like, how it's kind of felt against our will. That's how it's going to start to feel for these other people. Like, it's, again, we're in, like, this school of polarity, and we're at this, like, nexus point. Like, I don't know if you guys know, if you guys have seen, like, diagrams of, like, a black hole that, like, and then there's, like, this convergence point, which I don't know what it's called. It's like something with an S. It's like a sub point or something. I don't know. Somebody smart out there knows the answer to that. And then it's a white hole. It's like a white light. That's where we're at. We are going from like a black hole collapse. That's why everything's collapsing into like the rebuild of the white hole, which is New Earth, which is like why people aren't going to have like a choice. Like we have to go. Plus also we have to evolve as a species. Like, again, we're kind of like repeating time loops right now. Like we're having mental battles instead of like physical battles. Like they used to have to fight for your land and like shoot people with guns and bombs and all this shit, but now we just have to fight off the Matrix programming, judgment, fear, anxiety, doubt, you know, all that stuff with our own thoughts and beliefs. And so it's more like a mental battle that we have to face right now. So it's like the next level of the video game simulation that we're in. And that's how we get to New Earth. It's actually not like a physical new place. Now it's going to physically manifest differently because it's going to be different, because we're going to have lots of different. So this is really intricate. This is like a lot to explain. That's why it's going to feel like there's not really free will, because it's like physics. I don't know how to explain it. There's like a bunch of stuff. Not only is it ascension, but it is like a black hole into a white hole. It's the polarity. It's the black and white. It's like, okay, so that's why I get different channels, because I have like this other context to it that they explain to me. That's why it's going to feel like it's not necessarily free will, but it is, because we already chose and contracted this. And so like, that's why they're saying, and why they have been pounding it into my head to get the soul contract concept down and really glue into it, because there's going to be some things that we're going to be like, hey, this like seems like kind of forced, or like this seems like not free willy at all. free willy. I used to love that movie. That was a sign for somebody. Okay, anyway, you know, okay, so that's like what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be a little uncomfortable for people, but it's like not a big deal because we already contracted this. And plus, like, everybody knows like what's going on. And plus, it's like for the better good. And we're not going to hurt anybody. We're just forcing people to face themselves and their lies and the world's lies. And they just have to literally be better people. And so it's like, oh, boo-hoo, big whoop. We have to change society so we can actually be healthy and have what we all want and have it be fair, just, and equal. oh, God forbid, we force people into being actual, mature, emotionally regulated, kind human beings who can get along with each other and we can actually be productive and actually create things instead of destroy things and fight over useless, made up bullshit. Oh, no. It's like, so, you know. If you know, you know.